and I'm gonna be talking about a drama that I'm currently obsessed over called Go Go Sweet, starring Yang Z. You know her from Ashes of Love, you know her from Legend of Chuzan, and you know her from Battle of Changsha or Ode to Joy. Starring Yi Tian, you know him from Medical Examiner Dr. Zin. You also know him from Tenzin Mystic and Only Side by Side with You. And it's starring Yi Tian. Yes, a lot so beautiful Yi Tian. Xian Chen is in this drama. And it has 41 episodes. It's currently airing. It was formerly 30-something episodes, but then it was bumped up to 41 episodes. And I am so excited about this drama for various reasons, which I'll get into in a little bit. But before we get into those reasons, grab your T-Monks and come along with me on this journey as we discuss Go Go Sweet. Let's go! Alright, so Go Go Sweet is based on a novel written by Mobile Fable, who is one of my favorite modern Chinese novel authors, internet novel authors. She's right up there with Guman for me and Ding Mo and all. So I was really excited when I heard that this was going to be made into a drama, not just because, oh my gosh, Mobile Fable's book is going to be made into a drama, but because I know that Mobile Fable promised that she wasn't going to sell her works to TV not publishing, what do they call it? The TV studios and stuff, except she was the sole script writer for the drama. So her selling the work was like a confirmation that, oh my gosh, she's going to be the only script writer on this, and she is. So I was really excited, especially considering that she has been co-script writer for some of Guman's books like Love 020 and what's the other one? I've forgotten the name, but there's another Guman book that she was also a co-script writer for the drama version of it. So I was really excited about this, but my only issue was the main character in the novel, Tong Nian, of this which stewed squid with honey, which is what Go Go Squid is based on, the book it's based on, was my least favorite of all Mobile Fable's book characters as at the time I heard the news. That opinion has changed because last week, actually a few days ago, I read the book again and I fell in love with Tong Nian, and I think I fell in love with Tong Nian because of Yang Z, but we'll get into that in a second. But that's a whole different story that I'll get into in a second. But let's get to the summary first. What exactly is this drama about, Deborah, or this book? Okay, let me give you a really short summary because I have a lot of stuff I really want to touch on today. Normally I tell you like the first episodes, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to really cut it short. Alright, so going by the drama standards, not the book story and all, they're similar with some minor changes. But basically, it's about Tong Nian, who is this IT/engineering genius who is studying for her master's degree at the age of 19. Yes, you heard that right. She has a high IQ but a low EQ, and one night this guy walks into her cousin's internet cafe and immediately she sets eyes upon him, and the guy that walks in is Shangyan, or Gun as he's fondly called in the gaming world, played by Yi Tian, who is our male lead. When she sets eyes on him, Tong Nian, played by Yang Z, falls in love with him, and the rest of the story is how she chases after him and tries to get him to fall in love with her, and in the process of stalking him, she literally stalked him, guys, literally. In the process of stalking him, through a number of misunderstandings with his teammates and stuff, they actually really end up dating and becoming a pair and stuff. So the drama is based on that. That's one part of it. And then the second part of the drama, which is mostly flashbacks and all, is also based on his own story. And his story is basically, Gon is basically this gaming genius and cybersecurity genius who returns to China after leaving China for a number of years to start his own e-sports club team called KNK, where he's the founder and the main investor of KNK Esports Club. Now, a few years ago, before what's his name, Gon or Han Shangyan went abroad, he was actually involved in the esports club in China when it was just beginning. And during those days, he was in this group called Team Solo with Apple Dog, Xiaomi, Solo, and a few others, and someone else, I can't remember his name right now, but they were all in the same group in Team Solo. But due to some reasons that I cannot reveal right now because it's going to be a major spoiler for the drama, but they broke up. And when they broke up, Gon made Solo promise him that Solo will never create another team. And if Solo was going to go into gaming, he's going to do it solo. That's funny. He's going to do it solo. And Solo made him that promise because Gon blamed Solo for the disbandment of the team. And so he told Solo, you're gonna promise me you're never gonna open up a team, you're not responsible, you don't know how to be a responsible captain or leader of a team, you shall not ever open up any other team again. And so he leaves the country and Solo makes that promise to him. Solo goes ahead and he's doing things solo, but finally Solo then decides one day he wants to bring back his former teammates together, and so Solo creates Team SP, which is basically all the old members of Team Solo minus Gon and new members. Now when Gon returns to the country during a competition, he meets Team Solo again. He meets Solo, he meets Apple Dog, and then he realizes, wait, these people came back together to create this team called Team SP. When I specifically told Solo, don't you dare do it again because you're not responsible and stuff, you cannot hold so many people's lives in your hands, you're just gonna ruin it like you ruined it the last time. And so he's not happy with Solo because Solo just broke his promise. One, he's already mad about the things Solo did in the past, but then Solo also broke his promise to him, so he just is mad at Solo and doesn't want to have anything to do with Solo or Apple Dog and other team members except Xiaomi and one of the team members and stuff. And so that is Gon's story, and now it's gonna be merging with his love story when he meets Tong Nian, played by Yang Zi, and how she helps him get over the past, mend the past, and just makes him overall a better person, a more open person. But basically that's what the story is about. Brief summary, like I said. Alright, now back to the whole book. The book, there are 3 series. One is God's Left Hand, which is the first I'll tell you to read if you're gonna read it in like succession. God's Left Hand, and then Playing with a Fish in a Sealed Chamber or Trap Chamber. That's the second one I'll tell you to read. And then the third one, which basically gives a closure to Gon's character, is Stewed Squid with Honey, which is what Gogo Squid is based on. But Gogo Squid is going to be a mixture of Stewed Squid with Honey and Playing with a Fish in a Sealed Chamber. So 1/3 of Playing with a Squid in a Sealed Chamber and stuff. Playing with a Fish, sorry, in a Sealed Chamber. And I know squid, fish, all this like food names. Mobile Fave is a huge foodie. The author and the scriptwriter is a huge foodie. So don't be shocked if you hear her novels have like a lot of things to do with food. She really likes food. Okay, can't blame her. Who doesn't? Anyways, so when I first heard about this drama and that Yang Zi was going to be playing the female lead, I wasn't too excited about that because Yang Zi normally plays ditzy roles, and I felt like this was just gonna be another ditzy role for her and stuff. And I already did not like the character Tong Nian as much because I felt like she was just too stalkerish on the male lead. It was almost, in the book, the first time I read it, I felt like she had no, will I say, self-respect? Like, dude, he doesn't like you and you're still pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. That's, like I said, the first time I read the book, that's how I felt. And 90% of the people who read the book first time always say the same thing. So that was how I felt. So I'm like, okay, I already do not like that Yang Zi does so many ditzy roles, and now we're going to another role that I don't even like the character that much and stuff. This is not gonna go well for anybody and stuff. So I wasn't too excited about Yang Zi, but I was really excited about Yi Tian because I love Yi Tian, and it was like, oh my gosh, she's finally getting a main role in a drama that I know is gonna be a hit with international fans, and he's gonna get more popularity and stuff. So I was really excited for Yi Tian. And then they announced that Yi Tian was gonna be on board as DT, who is Yi Tian's cousin in the drama, and I'm like, I don't know, I don't really feel any type of way about this yet, but let's go ahead and do this. Now, like 2 weeks to the drama being released, I started seeing teasers, and my excitement level went to the peak high. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of this author, and I like the book. Like, I don't hate the book. Yes, I wasn't a fan of Tong Nian's character, but I really do like the book, and I love the author and stuff. So I was really excited about seeing the teasers and just seeing something that I really loved being translated into TV. And so I was really excited about it, and then last week I decided to go read the book again. And when I read the book the second time, I actually fell in love with Tong Nian's character, and I have to say, I think it's because Yang Zi is the one that's playing it, or maybe because I'm reading it the second time and I'm looking at it through a second set of eyes and a different understanding. But I actually came to like Tong Nian's character and got even more excited about the book and stuff, and I have to say, so far the drama has not disappointed. Now let's go into the plot. I really like how consistent it is with the book itself. Yeah, there are a few tweaks to the plot line because they obviously are merging two books together to create one drama and stuff. So there are a few tweaks that they made to make things translate better on the screen. But even those tweaks are not something that annoy me. It's just funny because when they say a line or someone else says a line, I'm like, that's wrong. You are not meant to say that. That's XXX line, or it goes this way, and I repeat the line the way it was said in the book and stuff. I'm like, that's not how it went, but it's not something that gets me annoyed. It's something that actually intrigues me and I find really amazing. So I really like that about this drama, and it wouldn't have happened that way if Mobile Favor was not the scriptwriter. So any changes that are made to the drama, I don't really have a complaint about, and I'm gonna be biased with this review, like I said, because I really like Mobile Favor, but I really don't have a problem with, because I know the scriptwriter, who's also the author of the book, must have approved any changes made. So I really don't have an issue with that. Plus, when I actually see it being translated into the drama and the changes, I understand why those changes were made the way they were, because it makes for a more interesting drama. But overall, I really like how consistent it is. I really like the plot so far, that it really goes to a T. I really did not expect them to put their first meeting, how it happened in the book, to be the same in the drama, but it was literally the same. Yeah, there were some minor tweaks, like I did say, but they did meet in the internet cafe like it happened in the book. So that's something I was really excited about. Something else that I think about the whole translation of book to novel is that there are certain parts where, because they're trying to intertwine these two books together, and they're trying to tell us, because lots of things in the book were like thoughts of the characters and stuff, where we can see the inner thinking of the characters to understand the characters better. But obviously in the drama, if they're giving you thoughts, sometimes it doesn't translate as well. So instead of showing us, this drama does more of telling us, which is a little pet peeve of mine with the drama, because it doesn't translate as well as I would like when they're basically telling us, like there's this part where in the book, when Gon eats candies, you know Gon is pissed off or he's irritated. And in the drama, Demo is the one that actually tells us about it. And the way he basically tells us, so he's with his group members and he goes and he tells his group members when Gon eats candy, it means he's very irritated and he was eating candy. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, you could have said, you guys know that when he eats candy, this is what happens, and this is, so it wasn't translated as well as I would like to, where it kind of felt like they were just saying certain things in the drama just so we, the audience, know or understand the behavior of the characters, which I felt like they didn't need to tell us. They could have showed us and would have understood. Okay, so when he eats candy, he's irritated. You didn't need to tell us the way you did. So certain things like that are not really translated well, or there's certain parts where it's funny because something happens in the drama. I'm like, oh my gosh, give me a thought where the character is saying this, so the viewers who haven't read the book understand that this is why this character is behaving this way they're doing. And then when they finally give me the thought, it falls flat, and I'm like, okay, you really did not need to give me that thought. I know I asked for it, but now that you've given it to me, I don't really want it anymore. Stuff. But those are just a few things that I think are quite interesting going on with the plot in terms of translating from book to drama. But it gets better as we go on and everything, because they basically told us what we need to know to lay the foundation of the character traits. It gets better as we go on, and we don't get much of that, more episodes into the drama. So that's good, and that's just a pet peeve that dies really, really fast. Alright, let's start with the characters. So Yang Zi's character Tong Nian. Tong Nian is this girl who, like I said, is 19 years old. She has a really high IQ and a low EQ, and she's studying for her master's at the age of 19. Tong Nian in the book is basically this girl who basically is, what's the word? She is naive, she is innocent, and she's never been in any relationship, and so she's experiencing her first love with Shangyan. So I guess it makes sense why she is so kind of stalkerish and stuff, considering all those previous traits I mentioned. But I really love how Yang Z is portraying it. It's not annoying. Even when she's stalking him, I just really feel embarrassed for her, and I don't feel annoyed. And I remember when I read the book, I actually felt both embarrassed and annoyed at her, like, girlfriend, you is doing the most. But in the drama, it's cute how she's doing it, and it's embarrassing, and I just feel like, girlfriend, this is bad. But I'm not even like so against it, because obviously I know they're gonna get together, and it's all what she's doing that's gonna help them be together at the end of the day. So I really, really love Yang Zi's portrayal, and I think the reason why I'm not annoyed with her portrayal, even though we've seen this portrayal from Yang Z before, is because Tong Nian is intelligent, unlike the old Chinese of the world who stalk the guys that they really like and stuff like that. She's intelligent, so she's not dumb. She knows when to back off, maybe. I'm like, maybe she knows when to back off and when to push and stuff, and so she isn't really like dumb naive. She's intelligent naive, and I think that's what makes the difference in the portrayal and makes me like the character instead of disliking the character. So that's something I really, really like about Yang Zi's portrayal and Tong Nian as a whole. Now going to Gon, our male lead, or Han Shangyan, who's played by Yi Tian. He's this guy who basically has a lot of responsibilities on his shoulders, but he has childlike tendencies, which in the book we saw each time she was with him and stuff. That's when you'd see Han Shangyan full force being childlike and teasing her and stuff. But we can also see this, I like how it's translated in the drama, where we also see it with him and his teammates. We see how he, and we have to give credit to Yi Tian, because his boyfriend is doing a damn good job of portraying the responsibility on his shoulder, when he's annoyed, when he's frustrated, when he's teasing, and his childlike tendencies, and when he's just really, really innocent and cute. So I really, really love Yi Tian's portrayal of Han Shangyan. He's doing a really good job of showing us the difference between Han Shangyan, the person, and Gon, the online, the gamer, and the god, as they call him and stuff. So I really, really love the two portrayals, and I think I have to give Yi Tian credit, because for me, considering, like I said, I'm a huge fan of Yi Tian and I've watched his other works, for me the acting doesn't feel like what I've seen before. It does have its differences, so I'm really, really appreciative of that fact. I really like how he's showing, he expresses things with his facial expressions and stuff, like the conversation that he had with Yang Z and the staircase stuff with your faces, which is a part that they actually added for the drama because it wasn't in the book. But I really like that part because you could just tell that these people have been acting for a while and you're really comfortable with each other, which is why, even though yes, we can all agree if you've read the book that someone else, someone younger and of a different height and stuff could have played Tong Nian, maybe like Song Zu-er, but the question is, would that someone else have actually had the chemistry that Yang Zi is able to evoke and the comfort she's able to evoke when she's with Yi Tian? Because that comfortability, is that even a word? How comfortable they are with each other is something you can only get if you've acted with someone for a number of times and you're friends, or you've been in the acting industry for so long that you're really comfortable in front of the camera and in front of people and acting and doing things like that with someone maybe you just met yesterday. And Yi Tian and Yang Z have been acting for a bit now, especially Yang Z, that they're able to be comfortable with each other. Oh yeah, they did attend the same school, but all that aside, I really like how comfortable they are with each other, so that the chemistry between them, even though we haven't gotten to the romance yet and we're not seeing any romantic sexual tension or anything like that yet, but the chemistry in terms of just their relationship and how they merge together, stuff and certain parts is really amazing to see, and it's a joy to just behold and see how well they merge together and how comfortable they are with each other, that I feel like I'm not really watching the drama.